Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 11 and today we are starting things off next to this thing right here. Now this is my automatic monument clearer. Now the idea is that you place in sand in this area right here. I'm sure you all saw the previous episode of Hermitcraft, but for those of you who didn't, the idea is that I place sand on this block right here, and then this redstone clock runs, it pushes it across, and eventually it will hit the end, it'll be pushed across, and then eventually we'll fill up this area, in which case these flying machines will then take it further across to the point where it covers the entire thing in sand. That's kind of like the end game there, and then once that happens, we then go back through, clear out all of the sand, and we'll have ourselves a completely empty ocean monument. The only issue is that we need 70,000 sand blocks. 70,000 sand blocks to fill in this entire area. Now, so far, we have got 5 double chests out of the 21 double chests that are needed, and I thought that at the start of today's Hermitcraft episode, we could do a little bit of sand mining. So here goes a 1-hour sand farming session. Now in today's time-lapse chat, I kind of want to follow on from the previous episode's time-lapse chat about YouTube and what YouTubers you're interested in, because I kind of like skipped a step. I kind of skipped a step when I was talking about that because I totally forgot that you guys have your own interests. Now I know that is such a ridiculous thing to say, but when you have 1.6 million subscribers, it's really difficult to think of like the individuals that are behind that, because I can't picture 1.6 million individual people with their own hopes and dreams and aspirations and jobs and lives. That's completely bonkers to me, and it actually makes my brain hurt trying to process that kind of thing. In fact, you can tell my brain is really whirring at this point in time. So what I wanted to ask you guys is, what kind of things are you interested in? Now, obviously, you're interested in Minecraft. In fact, the chances are that there's some of you out there who aren't actually interested in Minecraft anymore. You guys just like watching my videos, which to you guys, that's cool. That's really cool that you guys are stuck around. But I want to know what sort of things you're interested in outside of Minecraft. Now, I kind of ran through this in the previous episode, what my main interests are. You know that I absolutely love cars. Cars are like my passion. In fact, this weekend I went to Goodwood Breakfast Club, which is like a free event at the Goodwood Race Circuit, which is like a famous race circuit in the UK, where lots of car owners, like supercar owners, turn up and just park their cars on the circuit so that we can take a look at them. And there were some insane things there. There were Ferrari F40s, which are some of my favourite cars. There was a Pagani Huayra, which is an insane, bonkers, bespoke Italian supercar. We also had like Bugatti Veyrons, McLaren P1s. There was 3 Carrera GTs there, which the Carrera GT is one of my favourite cars. There was tons of really awesome things. And that's like one of my main passions, cars. The next one is filming. I absolutely love filming. You've seen this on the filming channel. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into that simply because I love it. I have happily added like 15 to 20 hours to my YouTube schedule to make time for producing those videos because I absolutely love creating them. It's just, I absolutely love it. Every single part of it, the filming, the actual editing, the color grading, it's the best. And I love reading your feedback on those because, yeah, it really means the world to me. But outside of that, I've got things like surfing. I used to love BMXing. BMXing was my thing until I grew to 6'5", and then unfortunately I couldn't BMX anymore. I love drones. Drones are kind of part and parcel with filming, but flying things in the air is always good fun. And I guess kind of photography and food and movies and YouTube. Would you consider YouTube a hobby? I would definitely consider YouTube a hobby. Anyway, I feel like I've rambled on for far too long, so I want you guys to head down to the comment section and let me know what your hobbies and interests are. I cannot wait to hear what you guys come out with because this sort of thing is massively interesting for me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. We managed to do exactly 1 hour's worth of mining time-lapse there, which I think might be the first time I've ever managed to do like one solid long clip. So there was 1 hour's worth, and we now have, I believe, 10 full double chests. I think we might even have, we're getting on to, so that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, almost 12, but then we also have the other double chest over at my base. So we now have 12 double chests of sand. That is a phenomenally good start. That's a really, really great start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transport some of the sand over to my base right now. And we're going to start work on actually clearing out this space. And I have just got back onto the server. I actually got kicked. And... oh, what is... that's really frustrating. I had a cobblestone block in front of the observer because I used that to test it out. Thankfully, I didn't put all of my sand into the system. I only put about a double chest, or maybe 2. And as you can see, we filled up our inventory and also covered all of this area right here. So we have got very, very lucky there that we didn't lose a whole bunch of sand. But that is really, really frustrating. That is super, super frustrating. Okay, I've got to fix this up. It seems like actually more is broken than I was first expecting. All of these seem to be broken as well. This should hopefully fix everything. I think it did. I'm honestly not 100% certain if it fixed anything or not. Yeah, I think we're okay. So the next little thing that I'm working on is I am just placing in the border for where our actual central section of the Guardian Farm is going to be. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Guardian Farms, essentially you have like a big area that is cleared out of the ocean. So you have like a big hole in the ocean where there's absolutely no water, which forces all of the Guardians to spawn in the center. And that means that we need to have some form of wall to stop the ocean from flowing in. So right now, we have got glass going across here. I can't place glass here because this is where the hoppers are, and I can't place glass on this side. But this gives us a rough template to actually start planning out what my base is going to be looking like. So I'm going to come up with ideas, I'm going to experiment with some things, and I'm going to try my best to not build any circles. Right, I think I have come up with something that could be potentially quite cool here. So we have that, and then I guess, yeah, that sort of thing. Now don't worry, this netherrack is totally temporary, but we have got like a really big kind of diagonal spike popping out the side right here. So I was thinking we could have the square in the middle, and then we could have like a diamond walkway going all the way around the outside of this thing. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a cool idea. I might have to look at it from above. Except I've been a total moron and I have built it actually in the wrong location. Now that that's all fixed, so far it's not particularly inspiring, to be honest with you. But I think it's one of those things that I should probably do all the way around the outside. So I'm going to have to extend this right the way out, and it's going to have to go all the way around like that before I actually decide whether or not I like this plan. This is actually really frustrating to do. I think I'd rather be creating circles right now. Seriously. I've got about 3/4 of the way around, and it's wrong. Again. Because of the scaffolding. I can't really tell where I'm meant to be placing the blocks, and I keep making mistakes in stupid areas. This needs to be 1 block further across, which has put out the entire thing. After a ton of rebuilds and a bunch of scaffolding placing, we are now done. We have got the template all completed, and I can promise you this has taken considerably longer than any of the circles that I built for the drone. And potentially the Death Star. There was one circle in the Death Star that was a massive pain in the backside, but this has been so frustrating, and I still can't quite fathom why. It should be easy, but here it is. So we have got all of the blocks going around the outside, and to be honest with you, I mean, from this height, you can't really tell what's going on. I'm gonna have to basically go into orbit at this point in time. So here it is. This is what it looks like. This is the kind of outskirts template of the walkway going around the outside, and I don't know what to think about it. I mean, I feel like my issue is that it looks like a worse version of Exuma Void Space in Hermitcraft season 4. So I would be extending this out. So we'd have like a walkway that's like maybe 5 blocks wide going around the outside, probably made out of prismarine blocks and things like that. Huh. I was expecting to look cool. I thought it was going to look cooler than that. I kind of want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of it. If it's horrendously ugly, just please let me know. Obviously, all of this stuff's going to be going. But still, yeah, it would be good to have a rough idea. Next project is going to be a simple one. I know I've done a lot of sand mining recently, but we need to do a lot of sand mining. We need to get 70,000 sand blocks, and I kind of want to do it myself. I understand that Impulse has got a ton of sand. That's really, really awesome. But I kind of want to do it for myself. So we have got to repair all of our shovels right here, and then I'm going to try my best to get the remaining quantity of sand. Now that's quite a bit. It is quite a bit, but I think I'm going to try and do it just all in one massive long swoop. Right, and this should be the final one. We have got this shovel right here, and there we go. Efficiency 4. My anvil has broken on the final shovel, but we have got 8 shovels in total. Yeah, I think that's going to be enough for the time being. Let's begin. Let us begin. So in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you guys about the process of actually being a YouTube content creator, because obviously you don't really, unless you actually make YouTube videos, you don't really have any idea of how the process of making YouTube videos works. So you don't get a grasp. I suppose there's people like daily vloggers, but daily vloggers, in a way, their YouTube content is them producing the daily vlog. So even then, you don't get behind the scenes. You don't get the behind the scenes of what goes into these YouTube videos. And don't get me wrong, I've tried to show this in the past. It wasn't particularly brilliant. I wasn't particularly good at vlogging at the time. But I wanna try my best to explain to you guys actually what goes in to these YouTube videos, because I was thinking about this the other day. So I release 3 Hermitcraft episodes a week, and then I generally release 3 Redstone videos. And I was thinking, you know, each one of those Hermitcraft episodes is probably about 20 minutes long, maybe 25 minutes at a push. So let's say maximum 75 minutes of Hermitcraft, okay? And then you have 3 Redstone videos. Generally speaking, they're kind of like 10 minutes. So at the end of that, so you have 75 minutes, so an hour and 15 minutes, and then you have like an hour and 45 minutes of YouTube content that comes out of my YouTube channel a week. Now, if you were to look at that at face value, you know, that arrives in your subscription box, and you can easily spend, you know, an hour and 45 minutes each week just watching my videos. And you could sit there and think to yourself, oh, that's cool, you know, how much time can possibly go into an hour and 45 minutes? And the answer is a lot. An absolute ton of time. And I was thinking, I was like, how is it that 1 hour and 45 minutes takes so much time to produce? Because I am constantly working on YouTube videos. I from the moment I get up. So Vicky, actually, she's recently got a job as car sales, and that means that she's up bright and early in the morning, so I'm up bright and early in the morning as well. Generally speaking, I get into the studio about 7, and generally speaking, I leave the studio at about 10 o'clock at night. Maybe 9 o'clock at night, sometimes 8 o'clock at night. But generally speaking, yeah, we're talking kind of 12 to 15 hours each day, generally about 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. That's kind of how these things go. And you're just thinking to yourself, like, how does that translate? And the answer is planning. Planning is huge. Planning's the biggest thing, I would say, out of everything. But then obviously there's the actual recording Hermitcraft episodes. That's a big job. Recording the Redstone videos is generally a lot faster, but then there's more work pre-episode. I actually have to build all of the Redstone contraptions, so I suppose that kind of falls into the planning sector. Then you have editing. It's kind of minimal, that's slightly less, and then all the rest is kind of admin. So that's things like responding to emails, doing all the scheduling, making sure that videos are going out correctly. Obviously, I've got the filming channel as well, which takes a massive amount of time in terms of shooting and editing. Those are like the 2 main elements that make that difficult. But all in all, it's like a big bundle of time-consuming activities that I personally love. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love it, because, you know, you look at it on the face of it and you think you're spending stupid lengths of time to produce such a small quantity of content. But the reason that I love it is because I love producing things that I've worked hard on. I love putting things out there that I have really struggled over, because I know that that's appreciated by the viewer, which kind of brings me on to my next point, which is that you know, if you have YouTubers that you watch on the daily or people that you enjoy their content from, just know that there has been a lot more than meets the eye going into them. Whatever that may be, there has probably been a lot more behind that than you actually would expect. So, when I speak for myself, I probably speak for all YouTubers here. Likes, comments, and just words of appreciation and constructive criticism are all greatly appreciated by us. So if you wouldn't mind just heading off to all of your favourite YouTubers and letting them know that they are appreciated, that would mean the world to me, but it would also probably mean the world to them as well. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for long enough right here. Hopefully that gives you a little biscuit into the process of being an actual full-time YouTuber. Let's get back onto the Hermitcraft server. Ladies and gents, we are now finished. We have got all of the chests of sand that we are going to need. So there we go. Final one, and then some extra ones just to go in this one right here. And obviously, we've already done 2 double chests of sand over at the place. So that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 21 double chests of sand. Not bad. We have done a very good job. That was good fun. It was actually, you know, I've listened to a bunch of podcasts and everything like that. I've basically just kind of cracked on and done it. Very, very happy about that. But now we need to transport it from this area right here over into my base, which is thousands of blocks off into the distance. Can I just say I think it's also really interesting how much of the desert I've actually taken out in the process of doing this. I'm just on the camera count right here. And yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I think there's some more elsewhere as well. Now, I also just want to say a massive thank you to False Symmetry for allowing me to borrow a bunch of her shulker boxes. This has probably shaved about 2 hours of today's episode, transporting the sand from the mining desert over to my base. In fact, I think I'm actually going to grab a few more, get rid of this stuff. Now, the one thing that I am going to say is that I will be extraordinarily upset if I fall in lava. If I fall in lava, not only am I going to lose all of False Symmetry shulker boxes, which I'm sure she wouldn't be too happy about, but most importantly, this is like many hours worth of sand right here. So I am going to have to tread very, very carefully back over to where my base is. So I guess the next thing that we've got to do is actually create a loading system so that we can start loading the sand into this thing, because there is so much sand that is obviously not going to fit in all of the chests that I have over there. So this isn't enough chests just yet, and we still need to do the hoppers so that we don't run out of sand while we're AFKing. So that is chest number 19 up at the top here, and then we have chest number 20 and chest number 21. I think, yeah, 42 chests in total. I think we have enough. It's like a mega structure. Okay, I need to transfer the sand from the shulker boxes into these chests, and then I need to refill all of the shulker boxes. And there we go. Every single one of these chests has been cleared of sand, and these shulker boxes are pretty much all filled. So, final transportation, final transfer of sand. I'm so happy that I've got these shulker boxes. I think it would have been pulling my hair out if I didn't. Sand is in, right the way up to the top. It has been taken down by the hoppers. It is all going through into our dropper. This thing is now ready for use. So I'm going to pick up all of the shulker boxes. By the look of things, I've left some over by the mining desert. We're going to transport those back over to False Symmetry and hopefully not get killed by these guys. That would be grand. Oh, it has been a long day of Minecrafting today. There we go. All of the shulker boxes have now been returned. Hopefully I haven't lost one. If I have, I massively, massively apologise. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is literally all I've got time for today. I'm recording this clip right now at 5:03 in the afternoon, or in the evening. This video was releasing in 3 hours. I still need to edit it, render it, get it uploaded, and do all of the thumbnails and everything like that. You know, earlier on when I was talking about the crazy YouTube schedules, this is one of those days that is a crazy YouTube schedule. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.